Hi, Tifoma Okoli here, and we're going to be talking about criticism. Criticism is when somebody is talking about a negative aspect of yourself. People criticize other people for many reasons. Two main types of criticism will be constructive criticism and destructive criticism. The constructive criticism will help you to be a better person, will help you to amend your ways and to make things right. Anything that you're doing wrong, you'll be able to, correct yourself. But the destructive criticism will definitely make you feel less than if you allow it to. Many people who give destructive criticism, they're not actually trying to be mean. Most people, when they criticize and it comes off as destructive, is mostly because they did not take the time to communicate properly, or to get their point across in a positive manner. So destructive criticism is not necessarily, it doesn't necessarily come from people who are bad or with mean intentions all the time, but then there are people who actually criticize destructively because they're actually mean and they have bad intentions. So we have to differentiate when we come to that point. That being said, when you criticize or tell somebody something they're not doing well, aim to do it positively. When you criticize something about a person and then you give them solutions, then they will likely change and become better. But if you don't choose your words well and you don't say your piece intentionally and positively, it can destroy a person. Okay. Case in point, there are a few stories maybe I'll share on this point. Somebody I know, and I have to work with this person. And they said, "Oh, you're inadequate at this." And the way that they said it, not they didn't mean to be mean, but the way that they did not communicate properly at that point in time caused me a lot of internal anguish. Like, yeah, I didn't like it. I did not like it, and it was like a big blow, of course, to my self confidence, and it felt bad to be, yeah, criticized by somebody that is close to you. They didn't mean to come across as that, but they just did not put their criticism in a positive way or in a way that was thoughtful. Sometimes when you're communicating with people, especially when criticizing something they're doing, you do have to choose your words carefully so that you communicate in a way that will help them change and become better, but not in a way that will destroy them. I know that makes some sense. Some of us might have experienced what I'm talking about. On the other hand, a friend of mine, an acquaintance of mine, talked about how few of her peers actually were mean. They came at her in a mean manner and but is shaming her for something, and their words really hurt deeply. And maybe if you've been in a position where people actually have bad intentions and they criticize you for something that maybe you cannot even help, or it's not something that you can help at that point in time, but they use it to bully you or to, make fun of you, that is a form of destructive criticism, and that is terrible. When that happens, don't internalize it. Whether the person meant to be mean or they were just saying how they felt, or they were just communicating without thoughtful or mindfulness, their words brought you down. What will you do in such a situation? Don't say, "Oh, this is me, this is who I'll always be, because this person sees me as inadequate, so that means I'm always inadequate, or I'm always going to be inadequate, or this person sees me as plus size, so I'm always going to be plus size." No, just because they hurt you and they say something about you does not mean that that is your identity. Don't take it in. I think we have to normalize blocking off hurtful words, normalize setting up a system in your mind that rejects something that you don't want to be. Another thing you can do is use a journal to pour out your thoughts, to pour out your emotions. Write down your thoughts, your emotions, how angry you felt, how sad you felt when you were being criticized, well, especially the destructive criticism, the mean words, the bullying. Okay, use a journal to pour out your anger and your sadness, because we've got to learn how to heal. Journaling it is a way to express yourself on paper and pour it all out there and feel better after it. And then also write down the solutions. How do you think you can handle that thing they're criticizing you about? Is it even a valid thing? Is it valid? Is there something there, that you should work on? Write it down. Okay, well, yeah, maybe the criticism was terrible, or maybe it was bullying, or maybe they came out as it came out destructive. But now look deeper and tell you and ask yourself a question: is this something that I want to work on? Is this something that I'm okay with? If it's something that you're okay with, then fine. Reject negative thoughts and negative stories about yourself running through your mind. Don't allow it to build a nest and stay in your head, because when you start thinking of yourself in that destructive manner, you begin to believe that that's who you are and that you cannot become better. But no, you can become better. So you strive to become a better version of yourself daily. At least that criticism would have been helpful. It wouldn't have been all that pain would not go to waste. So pour the energy of your emotions into bettering yourself until you're happy with the person that you're becoming. So this is very essential, what we can do with destructive criticism so that it does not destroy us. We have to learn to turn things around for ourselves and not let things around us erode our self-confidence. If your self-confidence is spoiled by people's careless and mean words, begin to do all these things that I've discussed so far. And most importantly, change your story of how you view yourself. Don't allow negativity to thrive in your mind. Don't settle for that negativity that they're calling you or they're criticizing you for. Begin to call yourself great, and you will begin to manifest greatness. Your life will become like the personal narrative that you constantly think about, that you constantly affirm in your mind about yourself. That's who you become. Because as a man thinks in his heart, or as a woman thinks in her heart, so they become. That's what the good book says. For example, if you keep on thinking, I am successful in everything I do, you will eventually become successful in everything that you're doing. And this is the truth, because your body and your life goes in the direction of your thoughts. See, truly, the mind is powerful. The mind is powerful. So we really need to watch it, what we are thinking about ourselves and about our situation, about the situations that we find ourselves in. So important. So positive thinking, positive life. Negative thinking equals negative life. So if you change your personal narrative in your mind, then you will change your life. Again, let's remember this. Your life goes in the direction of your mind. God bless you for listening, and I pray that all of us, our lives will consistently get better and better and better. You come back next time for more.